channel. Goodness. All right, I was going to go to Creator Studio. All right, it says I'm live. Yay! All right, now I'm going to get this. I'm going to call it Happy Thanksgiving 2016. I'm going to have to update this later if I have to. All right, and then spending the day with. All right, I don't want to be in news and politics. I just want to be in like today. I want to be on people on blogs. Make it public. View on the watch page. So then I can go make sure I'm on the watch page. And then I can go to Twitter. Oops.
I'm going to grab a little coffee here.
I'm casting.
Okay, that's no problem.
Sorry.
I'm in my robe.
David's gonna be doing some swimming. I know I'm not talking to the chat yet.
Yeah, well, I'm talking to the chat now. Hey. All right, I'm going to go take a swim. It's beautiful, kind of overcast, but still not too rainy here in the Pacific Northwest. Hey, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be thankful for. All right.
Yay. I'll do the video chat show. Spend a live, happy Thanksgiving, chatting with us, and then tweet. All right, now I'm gonna have this. Thank you, Busy. David looks good in the morning. I know, he always looks good. All right, now I'm gonna get, hello, what? Katrina's here? Hello, Walter? If Walter's really here this early in the morning. Early in the morning. All right, I'm going to, I don't want all the chat for this. I'm just setting up my chats before we get to cooking. I know you can't hear me. Just ignore me, it's all good. Hey, Silent Man. Are you guys glad that I convinced David to do a Thanksgiving show? I'm glad I convinced David to do a cooking show. I hope you are too. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get all of our ingredients together. So the very first thing, I haven't touched anything in the kitchen. We do have our turkey in the fridge. Do you guys want, I don't think I can reach my thing to see inside my fridge. If I step back, let's see. I could maybe do it, but that would be like energy things. So we have our turkeys in there. All of our ingredients are in there pretty much. And so the very first thing that we do on Thanksgiving morning, last Thanksgiving, I kind of surprised David and did it myself, is we start our stuffing. And all of our things that we do is by scratch. It's a pretty simple meal that we do. We don't go like all out, but we have the traditional stuff and most of it's from scratch. Now David's not a fan of cranberry sauce, so we don't do that, but. All right, so the very first thing we do is our stuffing. And what we're gonna do for that is, I'm gonna grab some of this. And this is my freezer. Great seed or 24. I like 24, but this goes together. I think this is good. So when you're doing a stuffing, you're gonna start with bread. And you know, some people have the breadcrumbs already, like, well, bread, whatever. The stuffing in the box is pretty much breadcrumbs and spices. And then you add some eggs. But this we're gonna do from pretty much from scratch. I don't make my bread from scratch, but who has time for that? I use sliced bread. Go ahead and use the heel slices. This is a perfect time if you're like one of those people that don't like heel slices. Just save your heel slices as long as they're not freezer burned, and save them for Thanksgiving, and then you use them in the stuffing, and it's really good because the inside, where's my other one? The inside is of the bread's a little soft, whereas like with heel slices, it's got, you know, that pre-cooked kind of thing, and it's really good for a stuffing. You're funny, sniffer. Ha ha. Ho ho. Hee hee. Vinyl sniffer. All right, I didn't get your full name on there. Feel like I'm a giant. I am 5'11", so I'm a pretty tall girl. It's true. Now notice, I will tell you this, Dave is like huge into non-GMO. So sometimes a lot of people, like, they buy white flour for their stuffing, but white bread, but any bread will do. And as you can see, David always looks, he's constantly looking for that like non-GMO label. All right. So we're just gonna let that kind of get ready. I'm gonna do about 8 slices of bread. One, two, three, four, five, 6. So almost like half a loaf. David likes stuffing, so maybe I'll do 10. He loves stuffing, so I'm going to do 10 slices of bread. So about half a loaf of bread. And you just slowly start to toast those. So run them in the toaster oven, and it's pretty good. I look like the lady on the Land O'Lakes butter. Let's see, I don't think I have any Land O'Lakes butter, but yeah. I did an homage to the Native Americans. You know, if you hear about the real story of Thanksgiving, it's kind of sad. Very sad. How are you doing, Time Pilots? And hello, Silent Man, if I didn't say hi to you already. I know you like to be silent, but you always say hi to me just to let me know you're watching. I appreciate that. All right. I'm going to put this away. And we've got our bread. And we're gonna get out a bowl so that once we, let me get out the bowl before I talk. That would be good. It's like, oh no, where did Sarah go? Don't worry, she's here. I'll figure out which bowl I want to use. Later I'll be using these bowls to make pie. I'm glad to hear that, Silent Man. I'm glad you're not bitter. I didn't know you were a 1/8 Cherokee. Nice. I think I'm Sioux, but very small part. One, very small part, and two, I don't know if people just said that because my grandpa, like, his face and his ears, his nose especially, looks totally like Red Cloud. Well, I shouldn't say does because he passed away. His face did look like that. Both of them passed away. So, yeah. So some people say I'm Sue. I just say, no, I'm Sarah. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Chirac. What, are you native, Chirac, or are you just angry at the Caucasian person? But the thing is, Chirac, I'm not racist. I was just born this way. White. I mean, can't help it the way I was born. Just like I can't help the fact that I'm an American. Not that I want to help that. I love the fact that I'm American. Oh, let me tilt this down so you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm slicing up the bread, just cubing it out, and actually I should take both of them out so I can get the other one started. How are you oppressed? What kind of native are you? Do you still live on the reservation? You heard Thanksgiving, the Indians saved the white people from starving, then they stole their land. Thanks for giving. And then the other thing about Thanksgiving is, well, I don't want to get into it, but there was multiple Thanksgivings, and it was all, I'll just say this, it was like after the battles, they would give thanks for winning a battle. You're also native? Oh my goodness. Chirac, that is not kind. Hello, David Nation. How are you doing? We're going to show you how to do an easy Thanksgiving so that once you meet someone nice, you can do all the cooking for her on Thanksgiving, and then she'll be like, oh, you're so awesome, David Nation. Thanks for cooking for me. Right? So we're making stuffing from scratch. Well, except I'm not making the bread from scratch like I said earlier. But so you get some bread, toast it up. This is a good time to save your heel slices. I like the heel slices in this stuffing. I don't normally like heel slices. Well, they're okay. But if you're one of those people that don't like your heel slices, just save them. And as long as they don't have, freezer burn, this is the perfect time to use them. Oh yes, your mother makes sausage stuffing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a sausage apple walnut stuffing is what we're gonna do. You're going to a banquet for a dinner. You have a table reserved for the day. Nice. Be sure to thank those people that are cooking that banquet for you. I know you're thanking them with money, but you know, a little extra tip doesn't hurt. All right, so speaking of apple walnut stuffing, so you have to make sure you have all your ingredients together. Here's some walnuts. You're thanking your thanks. Thank your mother for dinner. No, you can't eat in the bedroom. You have to sit here and suffer through Uncle Jimmy with the rest of us. Thank you, supermarket, for the kind words. Yay! I'm glad you vacuumed. I was gonna ask, but then I thought it's kind of weird to ask about that when you're cooking. So I'm glad you vacuumed. I'm so glad to hear that, David Nation. Yay. Your mom will be glad that I advised you of that. Are you going over to your parents for Thanksgiving? Oh man, I just realized I need to drink something like orange juice. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. What am I cooking? Right now I'm just cutting up toast for my stuffing. You know, you could buy like the breadcrumbs for your stuffing, like stuffing in a box. Just add eggs. But instead of doing that, we actually make stuffing from scratch. This is one of David's favorite things, actually. He loves stuffing. Some people call it dressing. Is that right? Oh, good. I'm glad you eliminated it. Oh, you're going to your aunt's house. Good. You are if you ever get in the shower. Well, you can get in the shower right now. You're not going to miss too much busy. I'm just doing the toast right now. Then we'll add the spices and eggs, and that's get it all cooked up. I also have to cut up some celery and onions. I actually do like doing the slicing and dicing part. It is relaxing, and so when I do that, I can see what people mean about having cooking being relaxing, but usually I don't like relaxing. Hello, no regrets. Well, we do believe in having, we do believe in living within our means. So you can say my kitchen looks dated, but you want to come and update it for me? You're more than welcome to spend all your money doing that. Meanwhile, I'll be building my retirement. Maybe stop working before you do. Oh, right, David already has. One thing about our refrigerator is to save money. It is stainless steel in front, but to save money, we purposely did not get the one with the water on front of it. Thank you. Living it within one's means is advisable. I agree with that statement. All right. That's why we're just doing a simple Thanksgiving dinner, but we have spent some of our Thanksgiving with all of you in the past, usually after we cook our meal. David's done pre-recordings of some of our cooking, and this year I said, why don't we just spend as much of our Thanksgiving with our fans as possible? So, well, you can think whatever you want. No regrets. I personally like my life just the way it is. I did not read your message, supermarkets. I don't know if I'm ready to go up and do that either. No, I like my life. It's perfect. So now I'll tell you guys to pursue your dreams. If your dream is working all the time, do it. If your dream is to play video games, do it. Whatever your dream is, follow your passion, follow your dream. I think it's more important in life to do what makes you happy. You're only on this planet for a short time. And I think you should do what makes you happy during that time. And then you can truly live your life with no regrets. And I think that is important, to live your life with as few regrets as possible. Be kind to people, those things. Yeah. Well, as long as you're not impinging on other people's dreams and other people's rights, then I don't think you're living your life selfishly. You just cook spaghetti bolognese? Nice. No, David's taking his morning swim. You can hear it bubbling. Well, spaghetti bolognese, if you don't do it out of a jar, it takes like forever. So if you are able to do it out of a jar, you can cook up the meat and pretty much go. Alcor? Oh, what is Alcor? All right. The sauce was in a jar. Yeah, exactly. I sometimes cook sauce, or I should say David cooks sauce from scratch. But he uses canned tomatoes and stuff, not the sauce, because usually the sauces that come from the store that are in a jar have lots of salt, so. Are you spending today with family, no regrets, and all of you? Yeah, that's good. So one thing that you could do, supermarket, is you can just add a can of tomatoes to your whatever your canned tomato sauce is. Why don't you just start making it a tradition? It's fourth Thursday? It's always on the Thursday in Thanksgiving. I mean, in November. So just make it a tradition. So that would be good. Time Pilot, I would never do that. I think that's so gross. Ugh. Yuck. So you're in Yorkshire and you're in Bayek? Is that right? No, I'm not going to remove them. If I were to remove someone, it might be you, Sherrock. I buy gum. You buy gum? Aww. I hope you're back on your feet next year too, Zathy. Don't eat the cats. Eat cat food if you have to, but don't eat the cats. Alright, oh, I know what I was looking for. You always need some onions. There you go. Nice onions. That's what I think people should eat lots of onions. Especially for Thanksgiving. So you've got to have onions for your stuffing, for your dressing. You have to have onions for your gravy. Lots of onions and celery. Oh, thank you. Yep. All right. So, just finishing up the stuffing, at least the bread for it, and then we'll get our onions going, which will be really good. You don't like the USA? Oh, thanks, Chirac. Edward Snowden told you snooping was pretty bad in the USA. Well, I'm glad you guys are up. And what time is it over there in the UK? Then you have to have celery. Celery and onions are really good. That's what you need for your stuffing. So I'll cook that up in just a moment. We get a couple more pieces of toast. Yeah, I'm not a big believer in. I'm not a believer in gun control. Hi, Paul. Thanks for the dancing turkey. Well, I think everybody in every country feels superior to all the other countries. That's what I think. Yes, Nation. Oh, really? How was that? Did you enjoy that? It was bad before, but now it's not as bad. I'm not a fan, Immortal. What do you think of it? Not a fan at all. Yes, that's true. I have heard that, Chirac. Yes, Zetterbeard, this is live. I decided to spend Thanksgiving with you. Well, we'll wait and see, right, Immortal? We'll wait and see. In a way, I hope you're right. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I would say North Korea is probably worse than the UK, but I haven't been to either one, so I'm not quite sure. All right, let me see. It's gonna get out. Okay. I'm gonna take out the sausage. Cook that up on the stove. Well, I'll wait to take that out before David gets in. I'm gonna take this out because this is not good anymore. That is from last time. I'm just looking at my in here and seeing what I see. Ha ha ha. Okay. This is open, I don't know. Yep. Okay. What happened, Teutonic? You're watching the Lions games? Who's the Lions playing against? Well, Baby Nation, you're contemplating more hanging out with your father for Thanksgiving. Is he going over to your aunt's too, or was that going to be at a different location? The Vikings versus the Lions. Sounds like a fun game. Oh, do both, David Nation. Go hang out with your dad right now. You guys could watch the show together. Could watch us cook. Is your dad and your mom still together? Well, Teutonic, at least for till we get everything cooked. How about that? And then we'll probably take a break once we get everything cooked. And then we'll come back for the evening show. Okay. I'm going to give this to a little weird peanut butter, maple bacon peanut butter on some of the toast and have it for breakfast. And the other one, I think I'll just cut up. Then I have to come back in and do some chopping. But as David says, we want a nice, relaxing Thanksgiving. He doesn't always like casting because it's not always relaxing. But peanut butter word. I know you don't say it like that. You usually say peanut butter word. The Catholic Church brought you a whole pie and like 3 turkeys for Thanksgiving. 3 turkeys? Who are you gonna feed? The whole neighborhood, Zetterbeard? Better start baking those turkeys. Well, I guess you could freeze them if you have room in a freezer. 3 turkeys, man. Oh, 3 plates of turkey. Well, that's good. That's nice. That's very nice of the Catholic Church. Are you homebound then, Zetterbeard? That's very good. And a whole pie? That's very nice. Do you have other people there with you? Is it just you? You're going to enjoy your turkey and your pie? What kind of pie? Well, they don't have to create drama. Guns don't have to create drama. Supermarket, grocer. Most people just, like in the US, if you have a gun, you just have it. You don't really, like, talk about it. All right, now I'm going to clean off my board. I have a lot of dust on my board. Yeah, the police, never mind. I don't want to get into that. That's going to get too political. And I know people talk politics on Thanksgiving, but I'm going to avoid that whole discussion. You're 33, your grandparents are 80 plus, and they don't do not much. So are you living with your grandparents? So really the plates of turkey were for your grandparents, but they might not eat it because they're probably have smaller stomachs. Give them as much as they want. Oh, you live by yourself. Oh, okay. That's cool. You're younger than me. You can get an education if you don't have one. Follow your dreams. Yes, that is the idea, no regrets, is that the idea is that the reason that Americans have guns is to protect themselves against the government. It says, the Second Amendment says something like a well-regulated militia being necessary. I'll have to get it, but it talks about a well-regulated militia, and it says the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So, and that is the idea. The idea is that because, like the United States, we fought for our independence from the UK, and the idea was that we don't want a totalitarian type government taking over, and that's why we have the right to keep our weapons. Well, that could happen. No regrets. Your grandparents live down the street. We've had several dinners together just the past few years. They don't do much, so you hit up the church or go to friends for Turkey Day. That time you decided to stay home and watch the game. Well, it's a good thing that we decided to cast too, Zetterbeard, because um, normally I don't actually cast this early. David still does his show usually at night, even on Thanksgiving, but I said, well, why don't we cast our cooking experience too, since David has started up his cooking show on Thursday recently. So, and I said, let's start early in the morning like we do on Thanksgiving, and I'm enjoying it. I'm just kind of like a relaxed cook. I don't get stressed out. As most of you know, what you see is what you get with me. I'm just like a relaxed person in general. Well, let's just say
Thanks, Busy. Let's say I'm glad you're where you are, no regrets, and I'm glad we're where we are. Aw, thank you, David Nation. I appreciate that. Paul, you had the turkeys, but you had the turkeys all stuffed by 7:30 a.m. Oh, you're a better person than I am. Last year I did. Last year I woke up because I usually wake up like super early. Like this morning I woke up at 6:30, but then I decided to go back to bed. But usually a lot of times I wake up at 6:30 and then just stay up. There you go. Slow cooking the turkey right now. Should be done in less than an hour. Are you on the East Coast, Paul? We're on the West Coast. I bet your house does smell wonderful. Ah, Michigan, nice. Out in Detroit or somewhere like that. I bet that's pretty awesome. Okay, now I will cut up the onions. So one little tip I'll show you about cutting up onions, which is kind of nice, I learned. You take the tip off like you just saw, and then you cut it in half. And then you can put it flat like that. Now, the good thing is if you put it flat, then all of the, like those juices that come up and make your eyes water, they stay down on the cutting board, so they're not making your eyes water. And then the other thing is don't cut off the stalk right there yet, because then that also can make your eyes water. But then you just cut toward the stalk in like slices. Kind of like you would think of like a blooming onion would do. And there's nice little lines down the edge of the onion, so it makes it nice and easy to do this. And then, let me do one more. Once you have that done in those slices, what you can do is you just go turn it and then you can slice it the other way, so then this makes your diced onions. And the thing with the stalk still holds it all together, so it's nice. Very good. So now that's all half an onion diced up, which is pretty nice. I'm going to put that off to the side. We'll do the same with the others. So I'm going to do 2 onions diced like that, just like that. So again, alright, and then turn it and then dice it. When you get down to the bottom like that, you can just turn it. There we go. Alright. And I have one more onion to do. This one kind of got. Okay. So again, I sliced off the bottom so then you can make it flat, and then you can just slice it in half. No. Go Lions! No, Sponheim for president, Zetterbeard. If you promote someone else, then David will ban you from the room. So, I'm just gonna mute that statement for now. Hi, DT Laura. I'll let it go, but since David's not in here. All right. So again, I'm gonna slice my onion. I keep the stem on, which keeps it attached. And then I'm gonna just slice it, dice it. I turn it, and then what's nice about dicing it this way, it all stays attached to the onion. Okay, there we go. All right, so I've got one last half of an onion to dice up. Take off this kind of funky piece. And then we're going to switch it and dice it. Slice it and dice it. It makes mounds and mounds of diced onions. Alright, I do really have mounds of onions. I know you can't see them, but I'll show them to you in just a jiffy. Alright. Who are you talking about, George's Bush? What? Wow, you guys, the UK and the US all going at it on Thanksgiving. Just be thankful. Be thankful you have food. Thankful you have family. Thankful. It's nice. Well, you can say that, Georges. What are you, native? Hey, DT Laura. Yes, I agree. Today is a day to be positive and have brotherly love. All right, so here I have my big pile of onions. That's 2 whole onions diced up. So we don't need all of those onions. And if you don't use all of them, the way I see it is then we can just freeze them.
Hey, so now I get to start talking a little bit.
While I continue to dice up celery now.
Hey, DT Laura.
How much celery do you want, David?
I'd say 3 stalks.
3 stalks, okay.
Well, since we have so much, let's do 4 stalks.
Yeah, I did extra stuffing because I know you love stuffing.
I do.
What about I have another thing of celery in there that's half a thing.
Okay, let's use that in 3 of these, because these are, I can see they need a little hydration.
They do need
You know, one of the tricks I
Ooh, now that onion is starting to.
yeah, you're gonna be crying soon if you're not crying already.
Well, I'm not crying already because I sliced it the correct way. But then if you're close to the slices, then it's coming up. So gotta move it out of your way. Okay.
So did we? Let's turn this light on here for a little more light up here. No, I'm just doing whatever.
I thought I had some other celery in here. Maybe I was wrong.
It's at the bottom of the left, I think. So I put together a theme for today.
Oh, here it is.
It's called Thanksgiving Dinner, traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Took a lot of creativity.
I know, isn't that awesome?
I know. And we can all share in this process of making it. And it's been a family tradition. My mother started it 100 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, here's your bag.
Thanks. I'm going to put this back. So rehydrate your celery whenever you can. Put a little water on it every 3 days, so it stays nice and fresh and has a good spring to it. Thanks for all that work. Wow, that's awesome. I'm going to rustle up some ingredients. out of here.
Okay.
You got you think we could use carrots today in the
I love to cook the carrots on the side of the turkey.
Okay. Well, you want to use this whole bag that we have?
Sure.
They're already pre-cut.
Yeah, I wouldn't add them till like the final hour though,
Yeah,
because otherwise they'll just turn too mushy.
I agree. The final hour, yeah, little carrots are going to take a lot longer to cook. So, let's see if I can get a better picture of the camera here. So this is live casting. This is what we do. Hi, Supermarket. How you doing? Supermarket.
There's a few people in here from the UK.
Oh, really? Bigger carrots are better for you. DT Lola says that.
I'm sure, DT Laura, I use the little ones when I take my lunches just because I'm a little lazy.
And I think that's an excellent idea. So I had a wonderful swim, and Sarah's been working nonstop. I'm gonna find.
All I did was toast some bread and slice it up and slice some onions. That's all I've done so
Oh,
far.
good. Okay.
Really easy stuff.
We're gonna do really easy stuff today. Today's gonna
We're
be
just
really
gonna take an easy day.
easy. Yeah. Easy
I gotta
peasy.
go do something. I'll run around in a moment, but
Yeah. You take a break anytime you want. I'll fill in.
well, I like slicing. That's the most relaxing part of cooking.
I have a bottle up here. I only pull out once a year. It's covered. And it is a collection of sage that I had put together back in a long time ago. And I keep it in this little top seal here. You guys. Well, it was many years ago. I had the sage, and we have a wonderful sage plant out in the garden down to his house.
Yeah, we do. It's pretty massive.
Anyway, this is dry, and this is like you crush it in your hands or in a mortar, and you're good. Do that. I'm gonna have the ceremonial pulling of the turkey out of the refrigerator.
Oh, here, you want me to show it?
No, it's okay. I'll just go right ahead.
I'll go forward and they can watch it.
This is the big hunter-gatherer.
What other spices do you put in here?
We do garlic powder, and I've
You
got a
can
guy
all
on.
the spices. You can do the final prep.
All
on
the
this
spices,
thing.
yeah. We do garlic powder, and has our beta fish eaten today? Okay, let me get a beta fish. He's gonna get excited here. Watch him get all excited. See that? I've got him trained to get all excited. He wiggles around. He wiggles around when I.
It's like Pavlov.
I know. And these pellets are pretty small. They're like really dinky. See? Here we go. One pellet for you. I have to get it right up in front of him, otherwise. Oh, I got 2 pellets. He's going for a feeding frenzy. Look at that. Oh, he took the 1 pellet. Now the other one's descending. It hasn't dropped yet. One more bite. There he is. Apparently their tongue is so long and fast that they've done slow motion photography of the beta fish, and it has a 12-inch tongue. So I'm just kidding. It would be funny. The real cook is in. Hey, Oswald, what's going on, man? Dakota Indians don't even use. Come on, Chirac, give me a break. You know that is. I'm going to make you the first purge in this show. These people are fighting for fresh water. What the hell's wrong with you? We had a political moment just now. Did you see that? That was a political moment in this political aspect. Cooking up politics with David and Sarah. Now this is like a 14-pound turkey, 14.43. Let's take a look. 14.43 pounds. And man, it is like, it's been defrosting in the refrigerator for 5 days. Somebody said, oh, that's not going to make it. No, it actually lasts pretty well in the bag, and it's got all kinds of things in it. Sodium phosphate. That'll help it. Sugar. Yeah, so sodium phosphate. So we're going to rinse all that off. I don't know what the beta fish has to say about that. But. All right, I'm going to do the turkey cleaning.
I can do that.
No, I don't mind getting my hands dirty.
I don't mind either.
Oh, you want to do it? Okay. Sarah's going to do the turkey cleaning. I'm going to just hang out with
Can you
Sarah.
get a glass of milk?
Yes, glass of milk coming up.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, so cut it. I personally I'm gonna actually do this on the other side because there's a reason for this. Because I like to get hot water. Actually, the way I did it last year, which worked out really, really well, is before I even open up the turkey, I'm gonna get a Pyrex full of water. How about you can eat some breakfast?
Hey, welcome everybody. We've got a viewership now around the world. I want everyone to know that I'm very excited to have heard that people from all around the world, we're #1 in the Australian market now. In the major television is seeing us as something worth looking at. I'm super excited because it's been 8 years in the process. People don't realize that it took Jack LaLanne 15 years of doing his morning exercise shows before, it took him 15 years before he actually got any syndication at all outside of his home area of San Francisco.
I didn't mean to be in your face.
No, that's okay. It's all good.
15 years?
15 years of every morning waking up at 4:30 in the morning with his wife and doing a daily show on UHF channels. I think it was on Kago in San Francisco. Hello, Sushi Chitsu. Teutonic Pack watching 67 people on a big screen. No kidding. Wow.
Nice. Hi, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving from America.
Okay, so we